Hi everybody. So in the previous class under the flower we discussed about the androecium. Okay, so androecium is a male reproductive part of a flower. So androecium is a collective term. The individual member is called as stamen. That stamen consisting of a long stalk called as filament. At the tip of a filament is a lobed structure called anther. That anther produces pollen gland. So typical anther consisting of two lobes called as the dithecous anther, each lobe consisting of two chambers called as pollen chambers. So within that pollen chamber, or it is also called as a pollen sac. So within that pollen sac or pollen chamber, pollen grains are going to be produced. Okay. So sometimes these anthers, suppose a flower consisting of 5 stamens together called as androecium. So the 5 stamens, if they are free and not attached to any part of the flower other than the base of a ovary, then it is called as polyandrous. Okay. And sometimes they are fused together to form a bundle called as adelphus. Okay. If they forms one bundle called as monoadelphus, 2 bundles diadelphus, and many bundles called as polyadelphus. Okay. And sometimes stamens are attached to the petal, the condition called epipetalous, or sometimes they are attached to perianth lobes called tepals. Okay, tepals attached agirutte. So the such condition is called as polyphylous. Okay, epiphyllous. Okay, so these are the things we discussed yesterday. So next part of the flower is gynoecium. So gynoecium, it is a female reproductive part of a flower. Okay, so the male reproductive part or male reproductive structure is androecium, and the female reproductive part or female reproductive structure is gynoecium. So it's gynoecium, similar to the androecium, it is a collective term. So gynoecium is also a collective term. Individual member is called as carpel or pistil. Gynoecium consisting of consists of one or more carpel, or it is also called as pistil. Okay, so if a flower, a single flower which produces only stamen called as a staminate, a flower which produces only pistil is called as a pistillate. Okay, if both both a pistil and a stamen present in a single flower, it is called as a bisexual flower. Okay, so here it is called as a carpel or a pistil. And sometimes a flower may contains only one carpel, many carpel, 2 carpel, 3 carpels, or multi-carpel they have. If they contains only one carpel, if a flower contains only one carpel, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ the condition is called as monocarpellary. Okay, then if it contains 2 carpels, if it contains two carpels called as bicarpellary. Okay, 3 carpels, tricarpellary, many polycarpellary, like that. Okay. Many carpel, it is multicarpellary. Okay, so this is the condition with respect to the number of carpel present in a flower. Okay, then how the structure is. Okay, so ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ carpel ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so again this carpel consisting of a typical structure. This carpel has 3 parts. Carpel has 3 parts, 3 parts ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದಂದ್ರೆ consisting of style, stigma and ovary. Okay, so 3 part ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟೈಲ್, ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಮತ್ತು ಓವರಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ on a thalamus, a stalk is slightly swollen stalk is called as thalamus. On this thalamus, ovary is situated. So this is stalk and this is thalamus. Okay, on this thalamus, ovary is situated. So ovary is a slightly swollen part, ಈ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, swollen part, and it has a long structure, elongated neck like structure, and at the tip it shows some bulged portion again. Okay, so this swollen part is ovary. This one is style, a long style, and this one is stigma. Okay, so here within a ovary, ovules are present. On ovary bears the ovules, and this stigma is a pollen receiving part. Ovary bears one or more ovules. Okay, so this is the ovary, and the ovary is a swollen part. Ovary is a swollen part. Swollen ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಪ್ಪ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Okay, then style connects stigma and ovary, and is elongated structure, and it is elongated tube like structure. ಉದ್ದ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ stigma is the terminal part, and it is the pollen receiving structure. Pollen receiving structure. So during pollination, pollen grain is get deposited on this stigma. Pollen grain ಬಂದು ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಮೇಲೆ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, and this pollen grain is called as a male gametophyte. So female gametophyte is present here, male gametophyte, so it produces the tube, then it enters inside and make the fertilization. Okay, so stigma is the pollen receiving part, ovary consisting of ovules. Within a ovule is a female gametophyte. So we studied about gametophytes in the plant kingdom chapter. Okay, so in case of lower plants, gametophyte is dominant and it is multicellular, whereas in case of higher plants like angiosperm, the male gametophyte and female gametophyte they're reduced in their number. Okay, so that you studied in the previous chapter. Okay, so this is about the structure of carpel. Okay, then come to the number of carpel has some different pattern of arrangement, and sometimes they are fused, sometimes they are free, as we studied under the androecium. The same kind of arrangement is also observed here. Okay, as I already told, 2 carpels, if a flower consisting of 2 carpels, it is bicarpellary. Okay, so each carpel consisting of one long style and swollen part. So this is one carpel, This is monocarpellary. This is example for monocarpellary. And if it consisting of two carpels, this is another carpel. So here is the two carpel, and these two carpels, they are situated on a thalamus. So this is thalamus. This is one carpel. This is another carpel. So we can say carpel 1, carpel 2. So it is bicarpellary. And this individual one, this is ovary. This is also ovary. This is style. This is also style. This is stigma. This is also ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇವೆರಡು ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ನೋಡೋಕೆ ಈ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಕಾಣಿಸೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದೇ ಅನ್ನೋ ಥರ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ದೇ ಲುಕ್ ಲೈಕ್, ದೇ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ದೇ ಅಪಿಯರ್ಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟಿಪ್ಪಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ಥರ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಬೈಫಿಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಥರ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ದೆಮ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥರ ಎರಡು ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಈ ಥರ ಎರಡು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೂ ಕಾರ್ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. Okay, so this is one condition, and sometimes these carpels are free and sometimes carpels are fused. So let's see that condition also. So this is one condition, and okay, so here you can observe two different conditions. So here carpels are fused. Carpels fused ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಅಂಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ರೀ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಒನ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್, ಇನ್ ಅನದರ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ರೀ. ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ apocarpus. Okay, it is called apocarpus, and if the carpels are fused the condition is called as ಸಿನ್ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಸಿನ್ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಪೋಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ? ಎರಡು ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಬೈಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಲರಿ. It is bicarpellary apocarpus. So this is bicarpellary apocarpus, bicarpellary apocarpus, and this is also has bicarpellary, so called bicarpellary syncarpus. So one is bicarpellary apocarpus, another one is bicarpellary syncarpus. Syn andre fuse anteli, apo andre separate ide anteli. Okay, so many plants have this kind of arrangement with respect to carpels, and not only this condition. So tricarpellary syncarpus, tricarpellary apocarpus, multicarpellary syncarpus, multicarpellary apocarpus condition is also there. So you are going to study in that condition, multicarpellary condition, in second year. Okay, so bicarpellary apocarpus and bicarpellary syncarpus. Let me give you some examples. So similarly, let me add one more. So this is one carpel, second carpel, third carpel, then fourth carpel, then opposite side ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ fifth carpel. So like that, pentacarpellary, syncarpus. Pentacarpellary syncarpus condition is also there, as we've seen in lady's finger, ಬೆಂಡೆಕಾಯಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಂಡೆಕಾಯಿದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ pentacarpellary syncarpus condition. Okay, so let me give some examples for bicarpellary apocarpus or bicarpellary apocarpus. Example, we can see in this condition in vinca and calotropis. So vinca rosea ಕಣಿಗಿಲು ಹೂವು ಅಂತೀವಿ, then calotropis ಎಕ್ಕದ ಗಿಡ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. then bicarpellary syncarpus. So bicarpellary syncarpus ಗೆ can give the example of tomato. Okay, ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಟೋದಲ್ಲಿ bicarpellary syncarpus condition ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so most common plant ಆಗಿ it can give the example of tomato. So ಅದೇ ಥರ multicarpellary apocarpus conditions. Multicarpellary and apocarpus can give the example of lotus. Okay, so lotus alla thara irutte, and even in rose we can see this condition, multicarpellary and apocarpus condition. Okay. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದು ಓವರಿನ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎರಡು ಚೇಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಇನ್ ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಟೊ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ bicarpellary syncarpus. Okay, so this is about the number of carpels and if the carpels are fused, different type of conditions. Okay, then come to the ovule, how the ovules are arranged in a carpel. Okay, so ovules attached to ovary by a placenta. By a placenta. With the help of placenta, ovules attached to the ovary. Okay, that ovules has a structure like this. ಈ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ actually structure ಅದು. We are going to study this structure in detail in second year. So it is called stalk. ಈ stalk ಅನ್ನ funicle ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So this funicle with the help of placenta attached to the ovary. Suppose this is ovary ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇದು ಓವರಿಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, the base of a ovary. Okay, and this is called placenta. Okay, so with the help of placenta, ovule attached to the ovary. Okay, such arrangement of ovules in ovary is called as placentation. Okay, arrangement of ovules in a ovary is called placentation. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಓವರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದ ಬೀನ್ಸನ್ನು ನೀವು ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಬೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪೀ, ಈ ಬಟಾಣಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Actually these are the seeds. So before they developed into these seeds, they are termed as ovules. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So this arrangement is called as placentation. Okay. ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಟೊ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ನ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಟೊನ ಅಡ್ಡ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಪ್ಪ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೋಲನ್ನಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಸಚ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್, ಬೆಂಡೆಕಾಯಿನ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೀಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಹೌ ದ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಹೌ ದ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ovary, different types of placentation were there. Okay, so let us discuss that placentation. So next topic is placentation. Okay, so it may be asked for 5 marks along with the diagram. So placentation, as I already told, placentation is the arrangement of ovules. Placentation is the arrangement of ovules in a ovary. So this is the simple definition for placentation. So based on how the ovules are attached and the placentation of different types, like the types of placentation. So placentation may be marginal placentation, axial placentation, parietal placentation, free central placentation, or basal placentation. Totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 types of placentation were there. Okay. So let us discuss one by one. So what is that marginal placentation? So in marginal placentation, the ovules attach to a placenta and forms a ridge along the ventral suture. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಥರ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಸೊ these are the ovules, and this is placenta. Okay. So here along the ridge, so just consider this is a ridge. Along this ridge ovules are attached with the help of placenta, and one more ridge, here also ovules are arranged, and they are joined at the central ventral suture. ಈ ventral suture ಹತ್ರ ಹಿಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, then they are closed like this. Okay, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ one seed from this side, another seed from this side, both are joined like this, and they look like they are joined on a single ridge, but actually they are joined at the central ventral suture. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ventral side suture ಗೆ ಅಂಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ, then they are closed like this. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು it forms a fruit like this. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Okay, so ovules are attached on the ridge, okay, of a placenta, and they are joined at the ventral suture. Or in simple words, in marginal placentation, ovules attached to a placenta that forms a ridge. ಓಕೆ ದಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅ ರಿಡ್ಜ್. ಇದನ್ನು ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ರಿಡ್ಜಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ ಅದು ವೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿ ದೇ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಟು ಎ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ ದಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಎ ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ದ ವೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಸೂಚರ್. ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ದ ವೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಸೂಚರ್. ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ವೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಇದು ಡಾರ್ಸಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ವೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಡಾರ್ಸಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ ಆ ವೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಸೂಚರ್ನಿಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿ ದೇ ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಓಕೆ ದಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ so based on the diagram itself you can judge example of this. So example can give either P or any kind of beans. Okay, P ಮತ್ತು beans ಅಲ್ಲಿ you can find this marginal placentation. Then come to the axial placentation. Axial placentation. So in axial placentation ovules attached to the central axis. Ovules are attached to the central axis. Central axis ಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. And ovary is chambered. Ovary is chambered. Okay, so ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇದು? ಸೊ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಆಕ್ಸಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಗೆ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. Ovules are attached like this and ovary is along with ovary is chambered. Chambered ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಥರ. So this is one chamber, this is another chamber, this is one more chamber. Like this it forms the chambers. Okay, so ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ axial placentation ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So ovules are attached to the central axis. Okay, so this is axial placentation. Remember it should be chambered. Ovary should be mentally chambered. Okay, so this type of placentation. So this type of placentation is observed in tomato, even in mustard. ಅಂದರೆ 5 ಚೇಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕಂತೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ಈವನ್ ovules are attached to the central placenta. ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. and ovules are present like this. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎರಡಿದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ಇದು ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ it is also called axial placentation. ಇದು ಕೂಡ axial placentation ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 2 ಚೇಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು and it consisting of ಎರಡು ovules ಅರ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, many ovules ಅರ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. So this can also be considered as axial placentation. Here placenta is present at the central axis. ಈ central axis ನಲ್ಲಿ placenta ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Okay, so this is axial placentation. Okay, so similarly, similar to that axial placentation, free central is also there. So free central and axial have one small difference. Okay, let's come to the free central, then go to the parietal. So in free central, ovules attached to a central axis and ovary is single chambered, and ovary is single chambered or without septa. Single chambered or without septa. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ವಾಲ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಾರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಬೇಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಮಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಲೀಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್. ಸೊ ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಟೊ ತಗೋಬೋದು, even lady's finger, ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಫಿಂಗರಲ್ಲಿ ಇವನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸಿಕಮ್. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಸೈಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸಿ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್, ಈ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ಒಂದೇ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟು. ಮೆನಿ ovules that are arranged like this, but ovary is single chamber. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ovary single chamber ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So this is example for free central. So this is free central. This is suppose ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾದರೂ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಈಗ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಇನ್ ಡಯಾಂಥಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಫ್ರೀ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಪೆರೈಟಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಪೆರೈಟಲ್ನ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಪೆರಿಫೆರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ಸುತ್ತ ಇರೋದು ಅಂತ ಪೆರಿಫೆರಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ. ಸೊ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಡ್ ಟು ದ ಇನ್ನರ್ ವಾಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಓವರಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಪೆರೈಟಲ್. Here ovules are attached to inner wall of a ovary. Ovules are attached to inner wall of a ovary from periphery. Okay, ovules are attached to the periphery ಅಥವಾ inner wall of a ovary. Okay, so ovules are attached to inner wall of a ovary from periphery. Okay, so ಏನಾಗಂದ್ರೆ, so this is the ovary, it is outer wall, and this is inner wall of ovary from the peripheral region. Okay, and ovaries ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಓವರಿ ಈಸ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಚೇಂಬರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಇನ್ನರ್ ವಾಲ್. ಇದರ ಇನ್ನರ್ ವಾಲ್ನ ಪೆರಿಫೆರಲ್ ಸೈಡಿಂದ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ಸು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ attached. Okay, so inner wall of ovary. So this is inner wall. So write it different color, proper labeling. So this is inner wall, and this is placenta. This is ovule. So placenta present towards the peripheral zone of inner wall. Okay, so inner wall ಗೆ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. So this is called a parietal placentation. This kind of placentation is observed in cucumber or all cucurbits. ಓಕೆ, ಆಲ್ ಕುಕರ್ಬಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪೆರೈಟಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಕುಕುಂಬರ್ನ ನೀವು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಎ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ದೇರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್. ಕುಕುಂಬರ್ನ ನೀವು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಈಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ವಾಲ್. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇನ್ನರ್ ವಾಲಿಂದ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್. ಈ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್. Okay, you can observe like this. Okay, so this is a parietal placentation. is in case of cucumber. Okay. So next come to the basal placentation. So last one, that is basal placentation. So in basal placentation, ovules are attached to the base of a ovary. Okay. Basal placentation. So in basal placentation, ovules attached to a basal part of a ovary. Okay, so ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು? Suppose if you consider this is the ovary, ಇದನ್ನ ovary ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, so this is the basal part of a ovary. So here ovules attached like this. Okay, so this is ovule, this is placenta. So, ovule attached to a basal part of a ovary. Of course, you can add one more term here. Single ovule attached to basal part of a ovary. ಒಂದು ovary ಒಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದೇ ovule ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So this can be seen in maize ಅಥವಾ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ monocots ಅಲ್ಲಿ basal placentation ಇರುತ್ತೆ, and even in sunflower ಮತ್ತೆ maize ಅಲ್ಲಿ you can see this basal placentation. Okay. So this is about the gynoecium. So gynoecium is a female reproductive structure or female reproductive part of a flower, which consisting of many carpels. So sometimes the flower contains only one carpel called monocarpellary, two carpels called bicarpellary, and if they are united called a syncarpus, if they are free called apocarpus. And ovules are and that carpel consisting of three parts: ovary, style, and a stigma. Stigma is a pollen receiving part. Ovules are produced within a ovary, and based on the arrangement of ovules in a ovary is called placentation. So based on that arrangement, we have 5 types of placentation, like marginal, axial, parietal, free central, and basal placentation. So this is about the gynoecium. Okay, thank you.